Most people think concrete is the material that lasts. You pour it once, it hardens like stone, and suddenly it feels permanent. A road, a bridge, a building, a foundation. Wood feels like the opposite. Wood swells, wood cracks, wood rots, wood gets eaten by insects. Wood is the thing you replace when time finally wins. There is one forgotten American wood that breaks the rules. Put ordinary lumber in wet ground and it can fail in just a few years. Put this wood in the same ground and it can still be standing decades later. In old farm fields, people have pulled black locust fence posts from the soil after generations and found something strange. The outside looked weathered, but the core was still hard, still doing its job. A piece of wood, buried where wood is supposed to die, can sometimes outlast materials we think of as permanent. So, if this wood was so strong, so rot-resistant and so useful, why did modern building culture almost forget it? A fence post has one brutal job. It has to survive rain, frost and attack from the soil, especially at the ground line where most wood rots. But black locust heartwood has a natural defense. It's dense, hard, and contains compounds that make decay much harder. That's why old builders used it for fence posts and tool handles. It wasn't glamorous, it was a working wood, the kind you used when you didn't want to fix the same job twice. Black locust was too practical to become famous. It didn't sell a dream, it solved a problem. For a long time, people judged materials not by branding, but by what still worked after decades of neglect. Then the world changed. Modern construction began to prefer materials that were predictable. Uniform sizes, easy processing, easy shipping. Black locust had a problem. It was stubborn. The wood was hard and the trees didn't always grow into the straight trunks industrial sawmills wanted. So black locust lost one battle, not because it was weak, but because it was difficult. Then came the second battle, the rise of treated wood. Instead of choosing naturally rot-resistant species, modern construction found a different solution. Take a common softwood, grow it fast, cut it straight, standardize it, then treat it with chemicals so it can survive outdoors. That changed everything. A naturally durable wood now had to compete against an industrial system. And industrial systems do not always reward the material that lasts the longest. They reward the material that fits the system. Pine could be grown in huge quantities. It could be cut into straight boards. It could be stacked neatly in stores. It could be sold everywhere. Builders could buy it quickly. Retailers could stock it easily. Codes, habits, suppliers, and prices all started to favor the predictable material. Black locust faded, not because it was useless, but because the world stopped being built around local knowledge. Modern construction began asking different questions about standardization, availability, and ease of use. Black locust had the wrong answer to too many of those questions. But the same things that made it difficult also made it valuable. It was hard because it was strong, dense because it was durable. Modern industry wants materials to be easy before they are exceptional. Black locust was exceptional first. That is why the wood survived in certain niches. Farmers still valued it. Fence builders still talked about it. People who needed outdoor durability still used it when they could find it. But it never became the standard material of modern America. It became something more interesting. A local secret. A stubborn old answer to a modern problem. And that problem is getting harder to ignore. Because we now live in a world filled with materials that are called durable, but still need constant replacement. Deck boards rot, fence posts fail, concrete cracks, metal corrodes, plastic weathers, and every replacement brings more cost, more waste, more transport, more treatment, and more disposal. Black Locust asks an uncomfortable question. What if some older materials were not primitive? What if they were simply harder to standardize? What if the reason we stopped using them was not because they failed, but because they lasted in a way that did not fit the new system? Now, to be fair, Black Locust is not magic. This matters. Not every part of the tree is equally durable. The pale sapwood can decay much faster than the darker heartwood. The tree can spread aggressively in some regions. The wood can be difficult to saw, nail and process. It is not the perfect answer for every building problem. Nobody should pretend that one tree can replace concrete, steel, treated lumber or engineered products everywhere. But that is not the point. The point is that Black Locust proves something bigger. Durability is not always invented in a laboratory. Sometimes it grows inside a tree. Sometimes it comes from chemistry the tree made for itself. Sometimes the best material for the job is not the newest one. It is the one we stopped paying attention to. Think about the irony. Modern buyers are now searching for sustainable materials. They want fewer chemical treatments. They want longer-lasting products. They want local options. They want wood that does not need constant replacement. And Black Locust was sitting there the whole time. A tree that can grow on difficult land. A tree that can improve poor soil. A tree that produces flowers for bees. A tree that creates one of the most rot-resistant woods in North America. Yet many people have never even heard of it. That is how materials disappear. Not always with a ban, not always with a disaster. Sometimes they disappear quietly. A sawmill stops carrying them. A builder switches to something easier. A store stocks the cheaper standard product. A new generation never learns the old names. And before long, the material is not gone from the earth. It is gone from the imagination. That may be the real tragedy of Black Locust. We did not just forget a tree. We forgot a way of judging materials. Old builders often asked one question: will this still be standing when I'm gone? Modern buyers often ask a different question: how fast can I get it, and how cheap is it today? Those questions create very different worlds. One world builds fences that grandchildren still see. The other builds products that need replacing before they feel old. So when people say this wood outlasts concrete, they are not saying you should build skyscrapers out of fence posts. They are saying something more interesting. Our idea of progress is incomplete, because progress is not only about inventing new materials. Sometimes progress is remembering which old ones actually worked. Black Locust did not lose because it was weak. It lost because it was hard, stubborn, local, uneven, and difficult to industrialize. In other words, it lost because it behaved like a real material, not a perfect product. But maybe that is exactly why it matters now. Because in a time of cheap replacements and expensive repairs, a wood that refuses to rot feels almost rebellious. It reminds us that durability used to be normal. It reminds us that nature sometimes solves problems long before industry packages them. And it reminds us that the forgotten materials under our feet may still have something to teach us. So, the next time you see an old fence post leaning in a field, do not assume it is just a piece of dead wood. It might be Black Locust. It might have been standing there longer than the road beside it, and it might outlast the modern replacement waiting at the hardware store. If you enjoyed this story, let me know in the comments. Would you trust a naturally rot-resistant wood like black locust? Or would you still choose modern treated lumber? And if you want more forgotten materials, old building secrets, and strange things modern construction left behind, like the video and subscribe.